And we'll move on to our next coach from Tulane, head coach Mike Dunleavy, the Green Wave of the number 12 seed, and they will face off against number 5 Memphis in the second first-round matchup at FedEx Forum. The game comes to us at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central on ESPNU. Coach Dunleavy, please tell us a little bit about the Green Wave heading into the tournament.
Well, obviously, the year has not gone the way we had hoped to go. Injury to our starting point guard, Rayona Embo, has really, kind of set us back and, kind of moved everybody's seating around on the bus. And, at times, we've to go along with that, a very inexperienced team. We play a lot of freshmen, and the good news is they've gotten valuable minutes this year, and and their future looks bright, and we feel good about our future. But it's been a tough year in terms of dealing with what we've been dealing with.
Thank you, Coach. A reminder to our media members, star 1 on your keypad to ask a question of Coach Dunleavy. Coach, Caleb Daniels seemingly gets better every game he touches the court. What's been his progression in the past even 3 weeks here?
Yeah, so, Caleb, again, a player that when I first came to Tulane, he was playing in an elite camp, and I asked our guys, has that kid been offered a scholarship here? And they said, no. I said, well, let's do it right now. And so, we recruited him there, and he had an injury going into his senior year, a leg injury. I'm forgetting exactly what it was at the time, but, kept him out of playing probably AAU basketball for the summer, and then, obviously a local kid. We saw him play a lot during his senior season, but from day one when I saw him, I felt like he was the type of player that had a chance to play at the next level. And each and every year he had a good year as a freshman for us. But what he's doing right now is not even surprising to me at all. And, the game that he had the other night, 31 points in the second half, 36-point total. Again, not surprised. The last couple of weeks we've been watching film together, and what I've been trying to, teach as best you can is to understand and try and make the game slow down for him in terms of the ball's going to be in your hands a lot, and the other team is going to be, their defense is going to be all about stopping you, and how you take a snapshot of, the other 9 guys on the floor, understand, what play you're in, and you're checking off, the different guys, who are in positions, and how fast that you can make the decisions of, okay, who's the weak link out there, who's in the wrong spot, or who's overloaded, or that makes my decision-making process that much faster, allows me to either score or make plays. And I've been really pleased. He's moved up into the league in terms of assist-to-turnover ratio, and he's had a number of games from that point on that where he's 5-to-1 assist, 6-to-1, 6-to-2, 4-to-1. He had a game prior to the Wichita State game where, he didn't have a good first half, but the second half he had 6 assists to 1 turnover. So the whole idea of that is, look, that if teams are going to send extra defenders to you, you got to make them pay the price. And he's starting to understand that and learn that, and he's going to get nothing get better. And obviously, the other night he took over a game and was doing things I think you're going to see him do for the next couple of years.
Thank you, Coach. We'll now open it up to our media questions.
We'll take our next question from Drew Hill with the Commercial Appeal.
Hey, Coach. The first time you guys played in Memphis, Jeremiah Martin has a career night and scores 43. Do you come in with a completely different approach this time to try and slow him down, or is it you need to do things better on the defensive end?
No, we'll change up our game plan. I mean, he had 43 on us. He had 41 against Tulsa in a half. He's had multiple games since that point in time. So, clearly, who he is as a player and the way he's ended his season, deems a special look.
Thank you.
We'll take our next question from Don Wade with the Daily Memphin.
Hey, Coach, you guys have had a number of close games, including when Memphis came to your place back in January. What's kind of the message to the team? They haven't tasted winning in a little while, obviously, but you guys have been right there a number of times too.
Yeah, it's about, keep playing hard, first off, trying to figure out ways to make your teammates better. If you think in terms of, hey, I'm gonna get somebody else open, I promise you'll be the guy that gets open, and share the basketball, play the right way, and then we've been trying to work on we're young, so and some of our guys have bad bodies, and you've got to that are going to get better, but you've got to in terms of toughness and being there early and being willing to give up your body. Those are things that I think we've improved upon all year long. But it's still a work in progress. And like I said, we ultimately we lost the game the other night, unfortunately, with 0.5 seconds left on the clock for a 3-pointer. But I think our guys have played hard and they've worked hard, and I see a very positive future for us.
Do you, Memphis is known as being a tough place to play, but obviously there's going to be, whether it's hostile or not, there's going to be more atmosphere for your game than the other games in the tournament because there'll be a lot of Memphis fans there. Can you kind of try and reverse that energy, so to say, to help your guys?
Well, first of all, obviously it's a home game for Memphis, but as for me as a player, I always relish the opportunity to go into. I'd rather play in front of a packed building, in Boston Garden or Chicago Stadium, than someplace that wasn't going to have many people in the stands. That's me. I've always had the contention that the home court doesn't really rattle the opponents. The people are most affected typically by the home team. Like when I played for teams that, we sold out every game at home, the fans brought the energy to help me. I'm not sure if it brought the other guys down, but I know coming out of a timeout, you may be dead tired and your fans get up and cheer you on, then it's a positive effect on you. It gives you kind of that extra little jolt.
Thank you.
Take our next question from Brian Murphy with Orlando Sentinel.
Hi, Coach. And obviously you guys are pouring into Memphis and preparing for them. But I wonder, if you prepare to win that game, do you also do a little bit of preparation for UCF on the back end? And if you have any early thoughts on what you've seen from UCF this year?
The answer is, look, you got to try and get the one you got in front of you. And, we've played UCF, and so therefore we know them and their personnel, and they're a strong team. They lead with their defense. Obviously, Taco Fall, is the centerpiece in the middle of guarding the paint. But overall, they're a very experienced team, and they're a good team. So, but the answer is, we're not worried about them right now. We're worried about Memphis.
All right. Thank you.
Coach, thank you very much for taking the time here today, and we will see you later this week in Memphis.
Great. Thank you.